This is the North Shore Community Association's podcast, April 30th, 2021. Hello, this is Max Cote, the NSCA Development Agent.
Hello, this is Annie Lafrenière, the NSCA Programs and Communications Coordinator.
This is the third episode of the third season of the NSCA podcast. Today we will have a super career interview with Marie-Hélène Harvey, an audiologist from Sept-Îles. After the interview, we'll present the community events and activities. This is another interview of a community member on the NSCA podcast. The objective of these interviews is to showcase community involvement, services to English-speaking community, and their professions or careers. Marie-Hélène Harvey is a resident of Sept-Îles and is an audiologist. Hello, Marie-Hélène. Nice of you to speak to us today.
Hi.
First, can you state your full name, where you are from, where you live, and your career or job title?
So my name is Marie-Hélène Harvey. I'm from Sept-Îles. I was born here in Sept-Îles. I'm gone to study, and I came back after a couple of years working in Montreal. So I'm an audiologist.
I would like to hear how you chose this career and where you went to school to become an audiologist, starting from your high school, college, university, and any other post-secondary studies you might have gone through.
I had a lot of difficulties to choose my career. I didn't know what to do when I was in CGIP. I had a lot of interests. But when I start the biology courses, I knew that I want to do something medical. So after that, I didn't have enough. I was not enough good at school to become a doctor. So I looking to like nurses or professionals like physiotherapists, and I choose audiologists, and I didn't really know what it is, but when I start, I liked it. So I was lucky. A lot of people can change because if we don't know exactly what to do and we don't have any stage, so sometimes we're not sure. And so I'm gone to CGIP in Sept-Îles. After that, I'm gone to Montreal University. This course to become an audiologist, we can do now in university in Quebec City, Laval University, and also in Ottawa University.
Can you explain to me what the career of an audiologist entails?
Yes, I forgot to say that to become an audiologist, you need to have a master's degree in university. So it's 5 years. So usually we do a baccalaureate in medical, and we can do medical science and something else. And after you apply on the audiologist program for 2 years. So it's 5 years university. So an audiologist is a professional a hearing professional of hearing and balance also. To compare, it's like an optometrist for the eyes. So it's not a doctor and it's not a technician too. So sometimes we compare to a hearing aid dispenser that they work on private clinics. So the hearing aid dispenser is a technician with a CGIP program, and they have all to do with hearing aids. So me, I don't make hearing aids. I don't adjust hearing aids. I'm the person who recommend hearing aids. So I'm between the technician and the doctor.
What type of clientele do you work with? And are there multiple fields of audiologists that can work in?
Okay, so first I work in a hospital right now in the Sept-Îles hospital, and I see a lot of types of people. I can see first people with hearing loss, so they come to me to find if they have a hearing loss. Also, if they have an ear infection, for example, for kids. Also, kids with language delay, they all pass a hearing test with me to verify if they hear good. After that, if you want hearing aids, you need to pass with me because I recommend hearing aids. After that, if you have vertigo or balance problems, I can see them also because the vertigo, the balance is in the ears. So I can verify also some kind of vertigo related to the ears. So it's really a medical profession. Also, a lot of here on the North Shore, I see a lot of people with noise-induced hearing loss with a lot of shops here in town. So it's majority of my clientele I see here.
Okay, you described a little bit of this before, but I think it's even more important to elaborate. But can you describe to me what the CGIP experience was like for you on the North Shore?
Yeah, so I'm going to the CGIP here in Sept-Îles because they had the program, science program. And with the science program, you can do everything medical program you want after. You just need to have good notes. So I did the nature science, and after that I apply in university program. But I didn't know when I took nature science, I didn't know what to do. So it's just a general program I did, and it was in my town. So I'm gone to this here in CGIP for 2 years, and after that I'm gone to university.
What was your university experience like?
It was a very good experience. It's far. For me, it was only in Montreal or Ottawa. We didn't have a Quebec City's choice. And I was in. I was living in I don't know, dortoir in English. I was on the campus, so I didn't have difficulties to adapt because I was focused on my studying, and I had a lot of fun too. I applied on a little cafe on the campus, so I worked. I had colleagues, and they still are my friends after 70 years that I finished my university. So it was really a good experience to see something else also on the place. So, and I worked after that 3 years in Montreal at the Saint Justine hospital with kids, with babies. So I had a good experience before to come back here in Sept-Îles.
What are the types of employers can you work with in your field? Is private practice something that exists? So I know you're in public practice right now, but what are the types of fields that you could work with in audiology?
We can do whatever we want. So we can do private work, public work. There's also an audiologist here in Sept-Îles in the rehab center. So she works with kids with a hearing loss. So, for example, they are born with hearing loss, so they need a specific program for them. So she works with them. She goes to school. She goes at home. She goes in class. So you can go. She learns with parents sign language, something like that. So there's really different practice we can do with this profession. So,
explain to me what a typical day in Marie-Helene's work routine looks like.
Okay, so I work in a hospital, so I have a patient schedules to see every day. Sometimes I have emergencies from the downstairs with people with vertigo. So I need to see them fast because the doctor wants my opinion to know what could it be? Is it related to the ears? I work also a lot with the doctor, the ENT doctor. It's an ear, nose, and throat doctor. So he asked me sometimes to see, we talk a lot. We have people and patients in common. And so I can see 5-6 people a day for 30 minutes each. And after, like all professions and medical professions, I need to do reports. So half of my days I see patients, and the other half I have to do reports, email, phone, response to phone, speak with my colleagues. So that's a typical day, yeah.
How important is bilingualism in your field of work?
You know, the CIS of Côte-Nord is really big. So I need to go on the coast. I go all in the villages on the coast, from Kegeska to Blanc-Sablon we pass by Harrington. So I'm the audiologist there too. So we go 3 times a year to see all of the people there. If it's not an emergency, but if it's more, if they need to see more fast, they can come here. But we know we do all the coast, so I really need to speak in English when I'm there. But here I don't have a lot of people who only speaks English, but it's just for me it's a practice. So I try to speak English when I can. And we also have people from like Kawawa Chikamak who speaks NSCA and second language is English. So we need to speak in English with those nation. And yes, so it's a plus, yes, for us.
What would you have as an advice to young listeners if they are interested in this field of work? What type of advice would you have for them?
Okay, so I think you need to like to work with people, to hear them. Sometimes we don't have the response, but only to hear them what they have. Like I forgot to say, like a lot of my job is with tinnitus problems, people with tinnitus problems. So sometimes they have a psychologist part that I need to adjust with each patient. I each day I don't know who I'm gonna receive in my office, so I need to very adapt my practice each day to those patients. So sometimes we need a lot of psychologist part. Sometimes it's a really medical part. So if you like medical place, and it's good. If you like also technology, because I use a lot of machines. So a machines to verify the eardrum, a machine to measure hearing loss. I have also machines to test babies. So I have a lot of machines, and I'm not a very technology geek, but if you like technology, it's a good profession too. So it's a majority of women, but a couple of guys also each year's in the program in university. So I think the better is to come and to pass a couple of hours with us to look if you like it or not. I think it's the better trick I can tell you. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Miss Marie-Hélène Harvey, for your participation for this podcast. I'd like to extend my gratitude from our young listeners for participating in this interview.
Thank you very much.
The NSCA sends out a call for bursary applications. Last call, in fact. Are you from the North Shore region studying in any health or social services fields? You may be eligible for financial support thanks to the McGill Bursary Program. The McGill Bursary Program